Alright, here we go. 2004 Impala fuel pump replacement. This pump here, you know, this car is almost 15 years old. I'm not going to get a AC Delco pump. This was the top rated pump on Amazon. It was 48 bucks. I'll link it in the description. So as far as the pump goes, you need your good old socket with the 10 mil, or your good old ratchet with the 10 mil socket on the end. I got my wire crimpers because on some cars you might need to replace the connector and you'll have to cut your old one off and splice the new one. This one, I did the pump a few years back and I did change that connector. And oh, and I also recommend you get you a little something to catch the gas, because when you pull the old filter out you're going to need to dump what's in it. So let's have at it. Hit that intro. Now, first things first, get your little 5/16 and undo the negative terminal of the battery. You don't want to make any sparks. I need to disable the alarm on this sucker. So I've gone ahead and lowered the back seat. Let's zoom out so you can see what I'm doing here. And then you lift up your carpet. And there is the hatch. And undo these little speed nuts. How many are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of these little speed nuts. You might need a screwdriver to pry the, yep, she's stuck. So I went ahead and got a little putty knife. That helps break the seal loose. I might need to go around the perimeter. Yep. Wow. There she's coming loose. Boom, there she goes. That seal stayed intact. So now you'll need your little needle nose to unhook these clips here. And these little connectors just come right off. This one, see, you can see I've already repaired or replaced this harness. I believe the new one should be identical to this one, so I will verify that it's the same. New pump comes nicely wrapped in bubble wrap. Comes with a new tank seal, and here's that connector. Black, gray, purple, black. So I got the connector off. We're black, gray, purple, black, just like the other one. Kind of inspected it over. No damage. I'm looking to where I spliced it last time. Still looks good. This connector looks good. Gonna go ahead and put some rags underneath these fittings and pinch them and pinch these little connectors and undo them. Okay, I actually used a channel line to get to this one on the right because it's difficult to get to. But essentially you squeeze these little tabs in, top and bottom, and the line pops off. This one I believe you push down, and this one's the same as this one. So we'll get that done. All right, took some effort, but we're loose. We didn't really spill any gas. You want to make sure you get these clips off here. We'll need to reuse them. We'll do that after we get the pump out. Now next up, to get this ring out of here, you're gonna need to use some wood or something non-metallic, because you do not want to cause a spark. So we're gonna push these out of the way. I think I'm gonna spray some penetrating oil on this lock ring. She looks a little rusty. Alright, I got me some PB Blaster. So made sure I got my little dead blow hammer. I'm not going to use the brass side, even though brass won't spark. I'm improvising with this little level. I'm going to give that a try, just something plastic. And on standby, just in case, you never know. I'm going to see if I can find a good spot to whack this. That's not really a good spot. I don't know if this is gonna work. Alright, I need something different. Alright, I taped a couple wood shims together. This looks promising. I started pounding her and she came loose. She's moving. Sure you don't want to hear all this pounding. All right, I'm gonna try to get the camera down in here. There is a little locking tab that you need to undo, and you can see it right there. That needs to go down, and then you start pounding. Now, got that lock ring loose. We start to finagle the pump out of here. Well, let's try to get this lock ring out. I think I'm gonna go back and clean this up a little bit. There's the ring. Set this on. I got my, oh, don't fall. There's my tank right there. She's caught on something. It's probably the float. I hear the float banging around in there. Don't want to break the float off. There's some gas coming out. All right. I'm just gonna put that in the tank and get it out of here. So carefully, just gonna clean this up without, don't get any of this stuff in the tank. That would be no bueno. You know, there might be some crud in that tank. This tank is almost full. You know, go figure. Fuel pump always goes out when your gas tank is full and it's freezing outside. Luckily, this one died in the driveway, so I didn't have to tow it home. I'm just gonna tidy this up a little bit. Yeah, it's rusty, but it'll work. I think I'll just put a little more PB blaster on it. You know, ideally you want to replace this, but let's be real here. This is a 15-year-old beater. This is probably going to be the last fuel pump it ever has. In fact, this cheap one I got at O'Reilly's, I think I got 3.5 years out of it. Whereas the Delco one probably would have lasted the rest of the vehicle's life. So, we're gonna get our float. See if that's in frame there. Snap that in there. And of course, get this plastic off here. Let me see, we got, take those off. Gonna get our clips off of here. Thought these things were easy to get off. Why am I struggling? Okay. This is fun. All right, let's try this again. There's the gray one. We're going to transplant that over to this one. So get these up under these little clips and pry outward. Off. All right. And boom. We're going to inspect the pump, make sure we got the strainer on here. Looking good. Float's looking good. Our connections are all up and running. Get our new tank gasket on here. And this bad boy is ready to drop in. All right. I mean, this goes over the top. What am I doing here? All right, let's finagle that down in there. Make sure that new gasket goes right in there. You can't really mess this up. There's a little tab that fits into. Just got to make sure that New gasket seats in there. Come on now. Well, I'm gonna seat this gasket in here first. Maybe that would have been there. Seat the gasket in there, then this thing drops in. There. Let me fit this lock ring back over the top. See, she kind of springs back up. I so cannot blame this on being one-handed since I have a tripod now. Alright, the ring is in place. You need to press down and twist to get her started. Gotta look and make sure that little tab is... Can't even see it. So you get this started, you twist it in, make sure that lock ring's in place. We'll do that and cut the video here. The comedy of errors continues. I put the lock ring on upside down. I think I pretty much destroyed my wood shim here. It doesn't take much to get this back in position. We just keep beating her on the ring. It's still okay. You can follow my finger down here. There's that little plastic tab. Just make sure that's engaged. And you're locked in. So all it takes, snap those back on and pull back and make sure they're... See, I'm making sure I line up the tab before I snap that in. Good snap. See, she's on there. Now I need to fish my connector out. So I hit it under here. Right. Find my little clip that goes back in there. Okay. You don't want to snug these too tight because these speed nuts will strip out. I'll have to go in the trunk and massage this carpet a little better, but that's all there is to it. we're gonna hook up the battery. We're going to listen for the pump to come on. She whirred a couple more times. Alright, let's try it. Boom, she fired right up. I'm filming the cluster like this thing is a tack. I'm going to wrap this video up. The fuel filter will be in the next video. That's how you do a fuel pump on a 2000 to 2005 Impala. Pretty simple. Thanks for watching.